58. Ayadartha Anubhava Trividha. So a false cognition is of three types. Till now we discussed true cognition. After this we are now discussing false cognition. That is of three kinds: samshaya, doubt; viparyaya, erroneous cognition. Also called illusion, we call it many times. Erroneous cognition, illusion. And tarka is assuming something hypothetically. Hypothetical assumption. So, from example it will be clear to you. What is the samshaya? A doubt. एकस्मिन् धर्मिणि विरुद्ध नाना धर्म वैशिष्ट्य अवगाहि ज्ञानम संशय. Now, we recognize something on the basis of dharma, no? You call it a pain. Why? Because you've seen a dharma, painness here. This is a table. Why do you say? Because tableness you have seen dharma. So, through dharma, you recognize the dharmi. You name the dharmi through dharma. So, I already told you that anything and everything in this world has a common structure, the structure of dharma, dharmi. Structure, common. Right from Paramanu up to Ishvara, everything has a structure of dharma and dharmi. And from dharma, you recognize dharmi. But suppose in one dharmi, you see two dharmas. What will you call it? Some such experience occurs. So there is one dharma, locus, where purushatva and sthanutva, under certain circumstances, both you see. Suppose during night, create a situation and there is a post, suppose, of my height, and some such feature of man you create in that. So you say, hey, when I look towards something like appears to be hand also, there is some head kind of a thing also. So And some from another angle when I see, then it looks like a post. So you have, then you immediately say, you do not decide one. So you say, what do you say? Sthanurva Purushahva. But how can Purushatva and Sthanutva be together? So they are viruddha, no? They are opposite property. Where Sthanutva will be there, Purushatva cannot be there. Where Purushatva is there, Sthanutva cannot be there. So these two dharma, Sthanutva and Purushatva, they are viruddha. Viruddha means they cannot occupy one and the same locus. They cannot share one and the same locus. But when such thing appears, then a doubt emerges that in one dharmi, this is dharmi. So ekasmin dharmini nana dharma. This is dharma. So dharma 1, dharma 2. When you encounter such a situation, then it is a case of a doubt. So dharmi being one, and more than one dharma appears, then you are unable to decide whether it is a post or he is a man. So such doubt, such knowledge, such cognition will be called a doubt, samshaya, where you are unable to decide whether it is a Purusha or Sthanu. So in a doubt, more than one dharma appears. And that creates a doubt. You are unable to decide whether this or that. So when something starts appearing like a hand, etc., you feel. Now it often happens when in a paddy field, you might have seen a man like is created to ward off the birds and all that. Scarecrow. So if you are not aware, you do not know, then you may take it to be a man. And then but still, whether the owner of the field is standing there or so when two dharmas appear, dharmi is one. So in dharmi, one dharma should be there. But from one angle you see, then it is one dharma. Another angle see another dharma. Then it creates a doubt whether this or that. So this is the case of doubt. So this was it defining. Ekasmin dharmini viruddha, where Purushatva will be there, Sthanutva cannot be there. And if Sthanutva is there, then Purushatva cannot be there, so they are viruddha. They are opposing these two properties, opposing properties appear. Viruddha, nana means many, dharma, vaishishta means sambandha. Vaishishta means sambandha. This is vaishishtya. sambandha. So when you see these two opposing properties getting related to one locus, it is a case of doubt. It is a case of doubt. Yatha sthanurva purusho va iti. Whether there is a man or it is a post. You may add other examples from your own experience. But this is the idea. So the first variety of ayathartha anubhava is doubt. Next is mithya jnanam viparyaya. Viparyaya is knowing X as Y. Knowing X as Y is mithya jnana. So, opposite. Yatha shukto idam rajatam iti. So, it is shukti. Shukti is a conch shell. So, you are looking at shukti, but what is appearing is and you are calling it idam rajatam. So, you have known shukti as rajata. Do you remember the definition? This is aprama, no? Aprama. This is aprama. Prama is when you know shukti as shukti, rajata. This is prama. Here you are knowing shukti as rajata. You call it rajata, why? Because rajatatva has appeared here before you. Because of the glittering of shukti and rajata, that similarity, that dharma has come to you. Rajatatva you are seeing here. And you are calling it a rajatam. This is rajata, this is silver. So this is silver. This is knowing shukti as silver. Is not so. This is viparyaya. What it is, opposite of that you are knowing. Do you remember? Aprama. Tadabhavavati tat prakaraka anubhava ayatartha anubhava. Correct. So, what is tat here? This is the result of memorizing. This is the memorizing paddhati. कंठस्थीकरणस्य परिणामः कंठस्थीकुरु ग्रंथः मम कंठस्थः तत् इत्यस्य कोऽर्थः शुक्ति प्रयासो मास्तु वृथा विस्मृतं सर्वं मया यदुक्तं पूर्वं श्रुतं तदा इदानीं सर्वं गतम्. So, the definition he has uttered very correct. Tadabhavavati tat prakaraka anubhava. So, tat is what? Rajatatva. So, tadabhava exists where? In Shukti. So, Shukti is tad abhavavat. Is okay? Abhavaha yatra vartate abhavavat. Rajatatva abhavavati Shuktau. In the Shukti, which is the locus of not Rajatatva but Rajatatva Abhava. In such a locus, Tat appears as Prakara. Tat means Rajatatva. So, Tad Abhavavati Shuktau Tat Prakarakam Jnanam. Rajatatva Abhavavati Shuktau Rajatatva Prakarakam Jnanam. Ayadartha Anubhava. This is Viparyaya. Because it is, what you have known is Rajata. In reality it is Shukti. So, knowing X as Y. You were telling something. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. So, is it clear or not? Clear for the time being. Punarmushiko bhava. So, repeated abhyasa is the only way. There is no other way. Repeated practice is the only way. But at least this much is quite clear now, that this method is worth knowing. Enough. For me, it is enough. And I will wait. I will keep on. Not only on 24th, but thereafter also. I will be waiting for the better results. It is such a program, that this program should be Nitya Karma. We have Nitya Karma, Kamya Karma, Naimittika Karma. So make it Nitya Karma. One of the works, of daily works, this should be one. And then you will be able to perform your normal work better. If this is made Nitya Karma, then your regular karma will become better. Your brain will become sharp. Ability to grasp will increase. These are all promotion, advertisement. Yeah, it will. So, please do it. So, mithya jnanam viparyeyaha yatha shuktau idam rajatam iti. Now, the third variety is vyapyaropena vyapakaropa tarkaha. Yadi banhirnasya dhumo vinasya. Now, very carefully you listen. In Anumana, what we did, Vyapti we needed. Why we needed Vyapti? To make the Hetu Vyapya. Sound ground. Ground will become sound. When it will have Vyapti. How did we know Vyapti? How did we? We knew Vyapti in two ways, Anvaya and Vyatireka. To be sure. Positive concomitance and negative concomitance. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vanni. We did. And we also did yatra vannir nahasti dhumo nahasti. Why we did that? Why did we not stop at Anvaya Vyapti? Because we wanted to convince the questioner. The questioner will go on asking the question. Let there be smoke, let not there be fire. Have you seen all the smokes of the world? Can you exhaust all of them? I do not believe. Let there be smoke, let not there be fire. Can you stop him from asking this question? I will stop now. I will tell him, had there not been fire, there would not have been smoke. He has been asking, let there be smoke, let not there be fire. Have you seen all the smoke? No. Then stop talking. I will make you, I will stop asking questions. And I will tell you this, that why do I say yatra yatra dhuma tatra tatra banhi? Because had there not been banhi, there would not have been. Do you see smoke or not? Other things we will not visit later. Look at the mountain. You also seeing smoke? I am also seeing smoke. I tell you now itself. Had there not been fire, there would not have been smoke which you see. And because you see smoke, there has to be fire. So, try to understand the concept that I am trying to clear to me. Now, at this moment there is smoke, naturally there is fire. But now I am telling you, presume, assume that there is no fire, then there would have been no smoke. Am I referring to reality? Very careful, listen, very careful to me. When I am saying this, that had there not been fire, there would not have been smoke. Is this statement referring to reality?
Yes.
Present before you? That is the thing. So I am assuming it.
No fire, reality.
You have first you have reality. I have told you. The reality you are also seeing. I am also seeing. Both of us seeing smoke. Is a reality? Is not so. And you are questioning that let there be smoke, let there not be fire. This is your question, no? I would like to tell you, to convince you why I am saying wherever there is smoke, there is fire. For that, I am pointing towards something now, which you should catch now. And to convince you, I am creating a reality now before you. And the reality is of absence of fire and absence of smoke. Is not so? Absence of smoke. There is smoke, there is fire in reality. In reality, there is smoke and there is fire. But for answering your question, I am assuming this assumption, that assumed reality, is tarka. Had it been reality, why should it be counted under Ayadartha Anubhava? We are now discussing which Anubhava? Ayadartha Anubhava. So, Tarka is Ayadartha Anubhava. How, if this is reality, then how can it be Ayadartha Anubhava? How is it not a reality? I'm explaining. You got the point? There is a reality visible. There is a smoke and consequent there is fire. I am pointing out there is a causal relationship between smoke and fire. But by presenting some reality here, which is not here, I am presenting before you a reality. What reality I am presenting? Absence of fire and absence of smoke, which is not the case. But that gives me an opportunity to point towards causal relationship between smoke and fire. Fire has caused smoke. So there is a karya karana bhava between Banhi and Dhuma. Karya I am seeing, karana has to be there. Now you will stop here after asking questions. Let there be smoke, let there not be fire. Because I have pointed out, there cannot be an effect without a cause. So the relationship between smoke and fire is such, but to present this causal relationship between smoke and fire, I have assumed a reality before me. And that is why this assumption, this assumed reality, jnana, is ayathartha anubhava, and this is called tarka. Clear? This is. So, suppose you say, suppose this. Assume there is nobody here. You all are here, I say, assume nobody is here. I am presenting. This kind of, this is sentence. So now you read that. Now what I am doing is vyapyaropena vyapakaropaha. So if there is one abhava, there will be dhuma bhava.
My mind went to earlier few lectures.
Uh,
If one is an object, then Vanyabhava is also is an object.
It is an object, but this object is not present here. So I am assuming it. No? Both the abhavas, they are reality, but assumed reality. The reality is observable. There is smoke, there is fire. But I am telling this, presenting before you an assumed reality and pointing towards a causal relationship between the two. Had there not been fire, there would have not been smoke. So, yatra banhir nasti, yatra banhir nasti, dhumopi nasti. So, vyapya and vyapak. Both are aropita, superimposed, assumed, created. Putting on aropa. This is aropita yathartha, not the existing yathartha. Aropita yathartha. So, this is vyapya and vyapaka. So, vyapyaropena vyapakaropaha. So, yatra banhi abhava, yatra banhir nasti, means yatra banhi abhava asti, tatra dhuma abhava asti. So, yatra is vyapya, tatra is vyapaka. Manjushri, how do you feel? Should it be taught in engineering college or not? Huh? I have just opened your gate to enter into the garden of intellectual fountainheads flowing from different sources. You'll see, you enjoy the garden, Vrindavan garden. So, I hope it is clear to you. So, there is a reality. It is always, teachers always assume something, no? In the classroom, we assume something. Everywhere. You have to convince them, you have to point out the reality is not in front of you, you assume the reality. So, this is called tarka. So, it is aropita. mentally created reality. Of course, these both abhava is reality, no doubt. But at this moment it is not so. When I am presenting it, it is not there. And there cannot be the effect without the cause. So if Dhuma is there, Vanni has to be there. So I need not go and take a tour of the world to see Dhuma. There are many other ways. When you will grow, no, and when Ichha will become pravala to know more and more, big literature is available for you. But before that, if really you have liked this subject, then please improve your knowledge of Sanskrit. There is no substitute for it. I would not have tortured you so much. But what can I do? I cannot do it. You don't enjoy without that. You see, you now know that when thought gets first expression, that is the real expression of thought. So in original language is the real expression of thought. So a poetry in Kannada, for example, how nicely you translate into other language. The way you will enjoy that poem, if you know the language, translation cannot be enjoyed to that extent. This is the reason. I have created translation. Do you think that I am happy? So many things are not there which I have told you by this time. You might have seen. I have translated, I have written notes also. But have I reproduced what is there? This is the reason. And this is the advantage of knowing the original language. Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, was awarded Nobel Prize. He himself translated that, in English. While going to London, and then he presented it to his friend. It was his own translation. He says that it doesn't come. Yes. You see, this definition is a anumana upakaraka, anumiti upakaraka. They are also in the same way, but here it is more precise. Here it is more precise. Vyabhichara Shanka Nivartaka Tarka. Vyabhichara Shanka Nivartaka Tarka. Tarka is that cognition which will remove nivartaka, the doubt regarding the vyabhichara in the hetu. You will say the hetu is vyabhichari, it doesn't have vyapti. So that doubt will be removed if I present before you tarka. So, Vyabhichar Shanka Nivartaka Tarka. And that is why I say after that you will not ask. Because if I pointed out cause and effect relationship between Dhuma and Vanni, then let there be Dhuma, let not there be Vanni. You cannot ask now. That means that can be effect without a cause. This is not acceptable. So, this presentation here you find much more pinpointed towards. Uh, uh,
Even if Veda is not correct, Anubhava will not go wrong. Veda Sullago, Ade Sullago is not. I'm not telling you. Veda Sullago, Ade Sullago. Even if Veda goes wrong, Ade will not go wrong. Even if Buddhi goes wrong, the Anubhava will not go wrong. This statement, can you prove by Tarka that is correct?
Now you yourself can prove now. What we have done so far? Only Anubhava we have explained, no? Through analyzing Anubhava, we have established reality. That may be little too much stressing. Let the Veda be wrong. Veda will never be wrong. It is no. This is the way. This is the method of giving emphasis to Anubhava. So little Atishayokti is allowed. This does not mean that the Veda is.
They also say something, he also says something, depending upon which paksha you belong.
Which one you want to emphasize? So you want to emphasize Anubhava. And Nyaya has always told you.
Nyaya, I think, is Anubhava Phala.
Yeah, Anubhava analysis, no? So Nyaya always told you that whatever we will be bringing by deduction, whatever we will be concluding, the Veda will corroborate that. So Veda corroborates the fact, and the fact is concluded through this logic, Anumana. So there is no virodha at all. So this is Tarka. So why Tarka is classified in Ayathartha Anubhava is clear. Tarka is classified as one of the Ayathartha Anubhava. Because we have assumed something here, assumed reality, which does not correspond to fact at this moment. So it is aropita, aropa. So vyapyaropena vyapakaropaha tarkaha. Yadi banhirna syat tarhi dhumopi na syat. Had the banhi not been here, then dhuma also would not have been there. So I am not required to verify each and every dhuma before I make a statement. I am not required to do that. Before I make a statement, yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vanni. I am saying so because yatra yatra karyam tatra tatra karanam. Tatra tatra karanam. So karya is dhuma, karana is vanni. Okay. 59. Now we complete Anubhava. So, Yathartha Anubhava and Ayathartha Anubhava completed.